Hi, everyone. Welcome to Rock Bottom with Rhoda and Dan. I'm Dan.
And I'm Rhoda.
All right. This is going to be just one of those shows that we're going to just blast a lot of stuff at you. Just little things here, there. It was a great day. Last week, was it? Kristi Noem got fired. Now, she will tell you that she was promoted.
Yeah.
But she didn't.
No.
She ended up losing her job because she went on to the day before. She went. Was it that she went on the Hill to testify, and she looked like a babbling idiot.
Yeah. Well, and one of the senators asked her about the $220 million taxpayer-funded ad campaign that she has for basically herself.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, it had her riding the horse, and
I thought it was great. I mean, it was very well produced.
Mount Rushmore. And her talking about. I'm not really sure. I think it was herself. But I was, I was amazed by the scenery and her hair flowing and their makeup is beautiful.
It was
and
beautiful.
she had the cowboy outfit. I love her in the cowboy outfit. I mean, it's not as good as the flack suit, but yeah.
Because everything she ever did, whenever she did a TV thing, she was always dressed for the occasion.
Yeah.
I mean, she didn't have enough substance, and she wasn't really right for the job. But by God, she looked the part.
She did.
And that's really all that matters, as long as you looked the part.
When she was posing with those people, that most of them weren't the worst of the worst that she said they were.
Yeah.
All the ones in jail, and made them strip down so they could show their tattoos, and then she's there. Oh, look what I did. Yeah.
What a piece of work.
Yep. They think that maybe she might have misspent things. She had like a private plane.
But she'll never pay the price. She'll never pay the price. That's the problem with these people.
No.
They will never be held accountable.
No.
So she spends $200 million on stupid stuff. And Trump, by the way, what pissed him off, apparently, is that she said that she had his blessing
for those commercials
for that for that $200 million, and she said, well, he gave me his blessing on that, and he said, well, I never knew anything about that.
At least if she'd put him in it. I mean, put him in the corner saying.
I don't know which one's lying,
or have him superimposed on Mount Rushmore or something.
He would have been fine.
Great. It would have been
he would have been fine with it.
I know.
I don't know which one's lying. I don't care which one's lying.
Yeah.
Either one is certainly capable of lying because they both have so much. I don't care who's lying. She's gone. Take Trump with you. But what's his name is gone. She got promoted to another job.
Her boyfriend. Well, I'm sorry. No.
Alleged boyfriend.
Her aide or whatever he was. Yeah.
Alleged aide.
Corey Lewandowski, once again, is let go from a position in the Trump White House.
Fired?
I don't know. I guess the other positions were for Trump, but not the White House position. But I don't know. He's always there, though. I mean, if you want him, if you want somebody that you can hire and fire within a few months or so, he's your guy. I
predict that he is not gone. He'll be back.
You think? Oh, I think he probably will. Yeah.
He'll be back. He'll be something.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe Trump's doorman or something.
Oh, that could be.
Yeah.
He could definitely do that.
So anyway, that was a great a great
thing.
thing.
And she's going to be. Don't worry too much about her because she's going to be what is that? She's going to be special envoy for the Shield of the Americas. It's a new initiative focusing on the Western Hemisphere. So stay tuned.
What the hell is that?
I don't know. I think Trump has this thing where each dictator has its own atmosphere. His is the Americas, so I assume that's probably like Russia's Asia, and well, no, it can't be Asia. China is Asia. Russia is, I guess, Europe. Anyway, but yeah.
Suffice to say, he's an idiot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Bill and Hill went up and testified because the low-life scumbags in the Republican side of this investigating thing, because they're very serious. I want you to know that all of these Republicans are very, very, very serious about getting to the bottom of this Epstein thing.
Yeah.
I mean, they are going to get to the bottom of it. And so these people said, hey, we're going to get Bill and Hill in here.
Yeah, and apparently, and I know I'm surprised. And I don't know why they called Hillary instead of her daughter, but apparently Ghislaine, Jeffrey Epstein's partner in crime, Maxwell, went to Hillary Clinton's Chelsea's wedding. Yeah. And apparently that was all Hillary's fault, and they needed to question her on it. Apparently Hillary didn't even know she was there. She came with somebody that was invited.
She was a
plus one. Yeah. Apparently, if you invite somebody and they bring a plus one, you need to check them out. See if they have any prison records, if they have anything to do with somebody who does have a prison record. Anybody that it's so watch it. Next time you give one of your kids a wedding, beware.
Yeah.
Or your own wedding. Yeah. Yeah.
Just make sure that you know every single person that's there. And not just you, but your parents need to know who's going to be there too.
And it would be good to have asked if they have a real ID, because you might be.
Check for the star.
Check for the star.
By the way, this hour, this show has been brought to you by Mike and Ike. Remember yesterday, or the other day's show, that was brought to you by our good friends at Florsheim Shoes.
No, we're not getting anything from Mike and Ike. We just happen to like it, and it's right there.
We just like it.
Along with the Pepsi bottle. But anyway.
Yeah. So anyway, tell me about Bill and Hill.
So, well, during the thing, they took a break, and they found out. Well, one of Hillary's attorneys found out that her picture of her on the thing. This is a closed thing. Bill and Hillary both said, we want it to be public. We want a public thing.
Yeah, they wanted a public. Yeah.
Yeah, the whole thing to be televised. We're okay with that. Let's do that. They wouldn't do it, and finally they said, okay, fine, we'll do it on. We'll do it, but everybody's got to follow the rules. And she said, hey, you're not going to follow the rules, and they were ready to walk because.
Yeah, because
somebody leaked a picture of her.
Yeah, because this low class human being decided she was going to take a picture of Hillary as she's testifying, and then she takes a picture of her, and God only knows how she did it. But anyway, she took a picture of her and then and plastered it all over the place.
Yeah, yeah. So when now who is that? That was Boulevard. Yeah. Lauren Boulevard. Class act.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Just a class act. I'm telling you, it's class act.
So when she was talking to Hillary, she brought up Pizzagate.
Oh my God.
And aliens. and Hillary, quite frankly, thought, what the hell are you talking about? When she got a chance to say, listen, this was totally fabricated. Somebody took it seriously and shot up a pizzeria, and I can't believe you're bringing this up. So
you would have to have been an absolute idiot to have believed that whole story. All right, an absolute idiot.
Yeah.
What they were saying that this pizza place was running, in her name, by the way, Hillary's name, right?
Yeah.
In a basement, in a pizzeria that had
No basement.
no basement.
Yeah.
All right. And that was just one of the stupidest things.
Yep.
But anyways. So Hillary gave her what for?
Yeah, and for doing that, for bringing up such stupid things. It's like, I don't know.
Number one, we were talking about this. Why in the world, they subpoenaed, they were subpoenaed, right?
Yeah.
They sent out a subpoena to Bill and Hillary. Hillary has stated forever, that she knew nothing about it. She didn't know the guy, never been around the guy, never been on his island. And she said, I have nothing to add. But they said, oh no, you're going to be subpoenaed. So they subpoenaed her. Yeah. And so she said, hey, all right, what a waste of time. But okay, if this is what we're going to do, I'll do it.
Yeah.
But Bill knew him, and he was right, and he was forthcoming. He said, yeah, I did know him.
And he said that once he was brought up on charges on 2008, that he cut all contact with him. As far as I know, he was introduced to him by Larry Summers, who has since been fired or resigned from his post at, I think it's Harvard or Yale. I think Harvard. He had offered his private plane to Clinton for his AIDS medicine network. He used his plane 4 or 5 times for a trip to Asia, Africa, and Northern Europe in 2002 and 2003 for Clinton Foundation work. He described him as odd and vacuum cleaner of information. He suck up anything that you told him, but he said that he had probing questions about derivatives and stock market stuff, but he didn't have much interest in the foundation's AIDS mission. So,
no, I'm sure of that. I'm sure he had zero interest in it, but
he said that he never saw anything that he knew was illegal, and he didn't think he saw anybody that was under the age of 18 on the planes. He denied ever visiting Epstein's private island in the Virgin Islands or the ranch in New Mexico or his residence in Florida. He said the relationship ended in 2003 as he moved toward donors who are more committed to the foundation's goal. He said a photo of him receiving a neck massage from a woman occurred in airport waiting area. The hot tub photo it was taken at a hotel in Brunei. And he denied having sex with the other person in the photo. He, at one point, had said, chastised them for bringing Hillary in, because he had nothing to do with that.
And he should have.
Yeah.
And he absolutely should have. For some strange reason, though, the Republicans have had this problem with Hillary for a long time. I'm guessing it's because she's smarter than they are. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
That's just my guess.
I think since you don't see a blow-up of this, I think if they'd had quotes or things that were said that would hurt Bill or Hillary, we'd be seeing advertisements all over the place about it.
Absolutely. It's not as if these Republicans ever really cared about Bill and Hillary at all, ever. If they had any proof, they would be throwing it around.
Virginia Jeffries, she's a woman that was one of the victims who committed suicide. She said that she did see Clinton on the island. That would have been between 2001 and 2003. And she said that they dined together with innocent-looking brunettes. So I don't know what that means. But former director Louis Freach concluded Clinton did not travel to the island. He cited a total absence of Secret Service shift logs or travel vouchers that would have required such a visit, which makes sense. I mean, he still has a Secret Service.
Oh,
with
yeah,
him.
sure,
Yeah.
sure.
Maxwell said that her attorney said that Virginia's claims about Clinton were nonsense, and and they said that his Secret Service would have made a visit impossible to hide. So I don't know if that.
Yeah, I don't know how that. I don't know how that could have happened.
Yeah, and the flight logs did say that Clinton took 4 trips on his plane, traveling to locations such as Paris, Bangkok, and Brunei, which none of them were places where Epstein had one of his infamous places.
Sure.
So I don't know, but like I said, it seems like if they had something or if they found something. I mean, he was the first name, I think, that was released during the time. I mean, it was like Bill Clinton, and...
This has everything to do with the Republicans wanting to humiliate him, okay? That's what this whole thing has always been about. They wanted to humiliate him at every chance they got, okay? They were the first ones to look down at him because he had extramarital affairs, and 1, 2, 3, whatever the case may have been, whatever, okay?
Yeah.
These, by the way, were, it's not as if he forced himself on anybody.
No.
But anyways, they've always wanted to get at him for that because that was just wrong, and they wanted to get to him.
But then they elect somebody who was credibly accused of rape and had to pay damages.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now he didn't get convicted of rape though.
He wasn't convicted of rape. He had to pay for sexual assault. He had to pay damages for sexual assault.
For sexual assault,
it wasn't a criminal case. It was a private, a suit. Somebody sued him for it. Yeah.
Monetary.
Right, monetary.
Right.
And as far as I know, he still owes her all that money.
But this is the same. Oh, I'm sure of it. But this is the same guy that he's been married 3 times, cheated on all 3 of his wives, and that's fine.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
Well, and
in their eyes.
He's in the flight log showing he was on the flight for 8 times. So, and uncollaborated rape allegations were out there in the files too. He was never convicted, never accused, never anything like that. But they had people that came in and said.
But if you're going to bring Bill and Hillary in, then
you got to ask him. Yeah,
absolutely. And you know what? Since we have pictures of Epstein and Melania.
Oh yeah, Melania's there too.
Bring her in
a lot.
there too.
Yeah, I think she should.
Bring her in there too.
Yeah, if you're going to bring in the first lady. Yeah, bring in the one that's seen in the pictures with
absolutely
with Epstein and his girlfriend.
There's never been one picture, not one picture, of Hillary and Epstein together.
Yeah.
But there have been multiple pictures of Melania and Epstein, and the 4 of them, partying.
Yeah.
So if you're going to do that, you better make it fair. But this has never been anything about being fair.
No.
This has never been anything about fair.
No.
It's
like...
This has always been a case of cover your ass.
Yep. They have, for the UK, Prince Andrew, or former Prince Andrew, arrested.
Absolutely.
Because when he was working for the government, he released some information to them that shouldn't have been released. Peter Mendelsohn, a former Labour Party member, arrested. UK. Morgan McSweeney, Downing Street Chief of Staff, resigned. Catherine Remner, this is USA, but it's a private company, Goldman Sachs, she resigned. Howard Lutnick, U.S. Secretary of Commerce, he's under intense pressure and investigation. And I think he's going to testify before Congress. So we'll see how that goes.
We'll see how that happens.
But we're going to give him the benefit of the doubt because, he's Trump's person.
Sure.
Dean Kamen, part of First Founder, he was placed on leave. Thomas Pritzner, he's a Hyatt executive chairman, he resigned. I can't pronounce his name, but it's Slovakia National Security Advisor, he resigned. The AUE, Sultan, the DP World Chairman, CEO, he resigned. So they're making these people resign if they're not in the government. So
yes.
The current government. So yeah.
Hey,
and some of the things that they have, the documents show that Epstein had hidden cameras in bedrooms and bathrooms across his properties, and that they have indications that he was collecting compromising material on people. The guy was a billionaire.
how?
Yeah, how? There is a pyramid scheme in recruitment. Ghislaine Maxwell was described as a groomer-in-chief. So she would teach them how to perform for Epstein and she managed their international travel logistics. They often targeted vulnerable women in service positions at high-end resorts such as Mar-a-Lago. Right now, they're doing a search at the Zorro Ranch. That's in New Mexico, but it's already been sold, and it's been. But that's one of Epstein's things. So I doubt if they'll find anything, and it's a little too late.
Sure.
They're trying to trace financial records, but I don't know how far away they're getting with that. But like King Charles, Thomas Macy, he's a Republican. Ro Cannon, he's a Democrat. They're both representatives. They're all think they need to go forward with this and get to find out who was the funding and stuff.
Absolutely.
So it's not like
blow it wide open.
Yeah,
and let the chips fall where they may.
That's basically what they're saying. It's just and they've subpoenaed Bondi. I don't know if she's ever gonna go for it or not.
Because we are too busy. How many Republicans do you think that are out there right now that are serving, as our fearless leaders or whatever? How many do you think actually want to get down to the bottom of this? Seriously. I mean,
Thomas
we had
Macy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, Lauren Barber, I have to say, she wanted. I don't know what she's expecting to find, but I think she is serious about it. I mean, she's one of the ones that done.
We had, what's her name that quit?
Marjorie Taylor Greene, yeah.
She quit because of this whole thing.
Yeah, so there are some of the women are like, I think Nancy Mace, she's out there too, but
we're letting this guy get away with so much crap. If he's innocent, let him go on and talk about it, and he can talk his way out of it. But he will never testify. They will never let him testify.
No, he'll get out of it. Yeah.
His lawyers won't let him testify.
No, and as long as the Republicans are in charge, they're never going to call him. It's not going to be a thing.
It just won't happen. No. And even if he is subpoenaed, he won't go.
No. Come get me if you want. He'll dare him. Yeah.
But sooner or later, he will be out of office.
Yeah.
Okay. This is what he doesn't understand. Yeah. Sooner or later, he'll be out of office. Yeah. So he will have to answer sooner or later.
He'll sue everybody, and then it'll be tied up in the courts, and then he'll die. So no, I don't think he'll be answering anybody.
You don't think?
But that's one thing though. He's running out of. He can threaten to sue everybody, but as soon as it comes to court, they're going to say, "Okay, I'm going to take your deposition." and you're going to have to do that. You're going to have to come and do that. And then
Yeah.
either he'll back out or somebody will die or a war will be declared. Now war will be declared, but yeah, he'll do something else. Yeah. He just,
Yeah.
who knows?
Well, so that's where we're at. I mean,
Yeah.
Epstein case is not going anywhere, although it's on the back burner until we get this war taken care of. So
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah.
in 5 minutes, we got about 5 minutes left. Things are happening. Kari Lake, tell me about Kari Lake.
Kari Lake, she's a failed governor, runner.
Yeah.
Anyway, she was because Trump likes her and wants her to be something, so he put her in charge of the U.S. Agency for Global Media, or the USAGM. And its primary outfit is Voice of America. And I don't know if you ever heard of Voice of America, but it's a like this broadcast that tries to reach as many people around the world as possible, and then a lot of restricted areas.
Right.
So like right now, if they were still up and running, they'd be telling Iran, we're on your side, or what's going on in the outside world.
Sure.
So they'll know why we're bobbing them. Not that we know, but
We don't.
Yeah, they'll know. They'll know that at least some people are feeling for them and stuff, and just other places where voices aren't heard. And so basically, she was hired to dismantle it, I think, because there was an executive order on March 14th that moved the leadership to within 24 hours to effectively shutter the agency. This agency provides news.
That was last year.
That was last year. I'm sorry. Yes, March 14th, 2025. So what? Month and a half after he came into office, or a month? No, a month and a half.
About a month and a half. Yeah.
Maybe 2.
Just under 2.
Yeah, which it provides news to over 425 million weekly listeners globally. I mean, it reaches everywhere. And what it was pretty much like an ambassadorship to say, hey, we're America. This is what our values are. This is who we are. It's not supposed to, there's supposed to be a Chinese wall between it and politics. So everything is supposed to be non-political. It's just to kind of let you know what our laws are, what our values are, that type of thing. So they pretty much shuttered it. They placed over 1,000 employees on administrative leave, fired 598 more contractors that they have. They terminated grants for Radio Free Asia and the Office of Cable Broadcasting, both things that kept people that don't have access to what America is all about. They shut down all transmitters, cutting the primary conduit for radio programming to listeners in restricted environments. It's supposed to be non-political, but Lake partnered with One American News Network, which, if you've never heard of it, it's very, very, very conservative. Critics called it defeat for truth, because they're just going to tell you whatever, pretty much whatever Trump tells them to tell you.
Yeah.
They used to offer things in 49 different languages, and now they only offer 6.
No, I thought you were going to say 1.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
6. I'm surprised. I thought English would be the only one they would offer.
That's
but
it.
apparently,
You get 1.
Apparently, they got 1.
Yeah. Oh,
No,
that
they got
was
6.
Canadian.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
Canadian,
Yeah.
Canadian and English, like England.
In England, that's right.
Yes, in England,
yeah.
maybe Ireland, a little bit of Scotland. Let's see. Yeah, the Middle East Broadcasting Network. that they had was one of their major networks. They furloughed 90% of their staff.
Of course they did. Absolutely they did.
Yeah, so people sued them. Said,
And should have.
Yeah, yeah. So they ruled that, for one thing, separation of powers. You're not supposed to. That's supposed to be walled off from that.
Right.
So the judge decided that the executive branch doesn't have unilateral authority to refuse to spend funds mandated by Congress. So they're cutting off all these funds, but you can't do that if Congress said the Congress holds the purse strings.
Right.
So Congress can say whether or not funds get spent. Congress is our voice. So anytime he cuts off funds, it's taking off funds away from us. It's not letting us have a voice in how they're spent. Congress is supposed to be our voice. That's why we vote for these people. So they'll speak up for us.
But Congress has no gonads.
No, yeah, Congress is just sitting back, pulling in the money, making sure they get there to vote in time. That's all they care about. That's it. They got 1 point ahead, so they're there for voting, but that's it. And then they just vote for whatever Trump tells them to
Well, someone's
vote.
got to kiss his butt, so it might just.
Yeah, I know.
It won't kiss itself.
Yep, I know. And apparently, at least my representative, I'm paying to do that. So
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. There is a statute that says that international broadcasting shall be consistently reliable, authoritative, and comprehensive. That can't be met if the agency's shuttered. So
No.
And Lake, she wasn't employed by USAGM when she was appointed, and she hadn't been Senate confirmed. So that since she didn't have either of those qualifications, she wasn't qualified to be the head of the organization, according to this judge. So this judge says, okay, so everything you've done, we're going to void because you were legally in charge of this. So another thing, the VOA Voice of America Persian aired a hour-long special praising the president's first year back in office. That's very even-keeled. And they called him the president of peace. I don't know when this was aired, but he was the president of peace.
Piece of something.
And that's Persian, which Iran's Persian. So I don't know. They were instructed not to, editorial staff were instructed not to put guests critical of the president. So can't have anything with that.
Of course not.
The journalists and formal officials alleged that Lake sounded more like a press secretary for the president rather than an independent head. And they violated the firewall because you're not supposed to be all one-sided. While that was happening, the FCC started doing the equal time in news. A long time ago, I think it was during Reagan, they came up with this thing where if you had a Republic, like in a news thing, if you gave like an editorial to a Democrat, you had to give an editorial to the Republican. That was the type of thing, and there was things where, okay, you don't have to do that for talk shows because talk shows are not news, so you don't have to have, but they decided they were going to do that. That they didn't. It's one of those things where they don't come right out and say you can't do this, but they did come out and say we're going to crack down on these things. Just said it, didn't issue anything, didn't do anything, but did say that they're going to start looking at the equal time rule. And that caused Stephen Colbert's lawyers, attorneys, to say, oh, wait, we're not going to do this. We're not going to let you put a politician on who's running for a primary. So, because, otherwise you'd have to have everybody else run on the show too. So Stephen Colbert kind of sidestepped them, announced on his show that he was sidestepping them and that they could go to YouTube and see this politician. So they did, and so yeah. But Like news distortion complaints, because the 60 Minutes interview with Kamala Harris, they cut some things out that maybe made her look better than she should have looked, according to Trump. So he threatened to sue them. They settled before it went to court. They wanted to a Senate president, the Arizona Senate president, petitioned the FCC to revoke the license of Arizona PBS. That it's alleging its viewpoint discrimination for its 2022 coverage of the gubernatorial race between Katie Hobbs and Kari Lake. So apparently, PBS is the reason that Kari Lake has now been put in charge of this and fired or voided. Anyway, it's just like,
well,
they're just
they're all stretching. The Equal Act the Equal Time Act. It began with the Radio Act of 1927. In 1937, it was basically created for the FCC. It basically, and you're right, it basically was used for the newscasters. If you're going to say something nice about blah 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 for 2 minutes, you have to give his opponent or her opponent the exact same 2 minutes. That's how it is. If you're going to have one person on, you got to give the other person at least the right to come on and do that. Now, he didn't necessarily have to. It gets real fuzzy between all of that crap. But this is the problem that we have with the FCC these days. Brandon Carr, who is he's in charge of the FCC, he's been getting his hands real dirty and real dirty throughout this whole thing. He's now telling broadcasters now, and I'm not totally sure how this whole thing has been coming up, but anyways, he told broadcasters last week that their licenses could be affected if they don't start being nicer to Trump. I don't know who he's talking about. Again, let me explain to you that networks are not licensed. All right, networks are not licensed.
CBS doesn't have a license. ABC, NBC, they don't have licenses.
Not at all. Not at all. Now, the stations that they serve, absolutely they do. All right. So if you owned a radio station and I'm CBS and you didn't like what I'm spitting out to you, and you're thinking, hey, back off or else I'm going to lose my license, you can pull the plug on me. Okay? Yeah. But they can't come to me and say, look, I'm going to pull your license. I don't have a license. All right? Yeah. I've never had a license. Still don't have a license. You want to go after somebody? Go after her. She's got the license.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the hell's going on. You cannot tell me. You know, we had this march last year, the No Kings March. And
another one's coming up too on March 28th. Find one local to you.
Yes, by all means, join it.
Yeah.
What happens? You know, people say, "Oh, what are they talking about? You know, we have no kings." Nope, we don't have kings. That's the whole idea.
We don't want kings.
And we don't want kings. But he's acting more and more and more like a dictator. Other countries, their leaders get involved with the networks.
That's one of the first things. If you're going to take over and become a dictator, that's the thing you do. You take over the networks and feed them propaganda day in and
Absolutely.
day out.
You get to tell them what they can spit out and what they can't spit out. He is looking more and more like a dictator all the time. And when Kamala Harris and for the most part Hillary said the same thing, you know, they spit out, look, he's going to want to be a dictator, and everybody blew that off as if
you
he's
guys
not
are
going
exaggerating.
To be.
Don't be silly.
Well, he is. Okay, he is.
Yeah,
he is.
And getting rid of the Voice of America, which is supposed to be neutral and which is supposed to reach other countries and let them know what we're all about.
And the whole idea is,
like,
I mean,
one of the reasons.
and we're running late on this one, and
Yeah.
we can, one of the shows that's coming up, maybe the next one, we'll talk again about this other merger that just took place.
Oh, yeah.
And because this is a big deal, people.
Yeah.
This is a huge deal. He's
Well,
trying to,
Pete Hegseth, when he was reporting on the war the other day, somebody asked him a question about, somebody from CBS asked him a question, and instead of answering the question, he said, CNN.
Yeah.
He said, I can't wait until they take you over. I can't wait to take you over and change it. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's like they can't wait for them to become one of the arms of their,
Yep.
they've already handpicked everybody that they have in
Sure they
their
are.
press conferences, so... Yeah, we're just going to get a bunch of Pavlov.
This is just getting so dirty and just so slimy.
Yeah.
And they're doing exactly what Kamala Harris said that they were going to do, and people laughed at.
Yeah. And Hillary Clinton and everybody else.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They are slowly but surely making it that, there was once upon a time Fox News was, that was the only thing. That was the only game in town that was extremely right.
Mm-hmm. Now they're not, they barely touch it. And they're bad, but they're not. Yeah.
So,
it's like,
It's going to get ugly. It's going to get ugly, but we'll do that on one of the upcoming shows.
Yeah.
But so anyways, so watch for the FCC because this is a game changer, and he's still got another 2 years to go. So the left need to win in November to at least slow him down.
Yeah. Yep.
Just saying.
Yeah.
All right. You got anything?
Nope, that's it.
All right. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll do this again real soon.
Thanks.